Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm sharing the culture shock moments I had during my 7-day trip across Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, and Ivory Coast. Some were funny, some confusing, and others just made me stop and say, okay, this is different.
You could do so.
From the way people dress, how they drive, food surprises to quiet moments that caught me off guard. These are the things that really stood out for me as a traveler. Let's dive right into the countries. Let's start with Benin Republic. And honestly, this country gave me a lot of small shocks that added up. First of all, women on bikes. It felt like half of the motorcyclists were women, and not just casually riding, I mean confidently cruising through the city. What surprised me even more was that most of them were wearing wrappers, traditional clothes, tied around their waist. Some were carrying helmets while walking, and a few even wore the helmet while not riding. Then the men. Many wore native attire even while riding bikes, and nearly all the bike riders wore helmets, which was shocking for me because in my country, that's rare. Seeing that the level of road safety from bike riders was so new to me. Another shock, the voodoo culture. Benin is known as the birthplace of voodoo, but it's different when you see it in real life. I was at the beach and suddenly noticed a shrine right there in the sand, like a small altar with symbols, tied clothes, and offerings. It wasn't scary, but it was definitely a moment where I said, okay, we're not in Nigeria anymore. Oh, and of course, the French. Every single sign, menu, conversation, it's all in French. If you don't speak French, you would have to get creative with hand signals and Google Translate.
In the Benin,
Next was Togo. And if you think you have seen bikes in Benin, Togo said, hold my beer. There are so many bikes in Lomé. It honestly felt like there were more bikes than people. Cars exist, sure, but the bikes dominate the road. And they are fast everywhere and unpredictable. Crossing the road felt like a mission in a video game. You look once, twice, and somehow there's another bike heading your way. One small shock I had was with food culture. I was served spaghetti and fries for breakfast at the hotel. Now, don't get me wrong, it was tasty, but at 8 a.m., I was looking for tea and bread, maybe an omelette, not a whole lunch combo. Also, people in Togo are more reserved. No one really bothers you, but they also don't go out of their way to interact, especially if you don't speak French. So the vibe was calm but distant. One final note, they love uniforms, from school kids to security guards, even cleaners. I notice everyone wears uniform in public service roles. It gives a strong sense of order, yeah, even in the middle of the bike chaos. Now, Ghana. Ghana gave me the most subtle culture shock. Not because of what people did, but because of what they didn't do. Let me explain. I walked into a busy market in Accra, expecting the usual. People calling me, trying to sell me things. Following me around saying, buy something, boss. Like you get in most parts of West Africa, especially Nigeria. But no one bothered me. Everyone just minded their business. Even the ones selling stuff lets you look in peace. And if you wanted something, then you could talk. It threw me off guard in a good way. I even asked myself, do they not want money? I mean, they don't want my money. Also, Ghana is very chill. People are calm, speak respectfully, and aren't in a rush. Even when you ask for prices, the seller says, relax boss, we'll talk. The other shock, Ghana's sense of order. From cleaner bus stations to neat roads, there is structure, and you can pay for things digitally, like the MTN mobile money, which is not the norm in some other neighboring countries. So, MTN, I just did an advert, so you guys need to call me. I came Ivory Coast, specifically Abidjan, and this place is a different level. First off, the prices. Everything is in CFA and the numbers look scary. You will see 10,000 written on the menu and immediately feel broke until you convert it and realize it's like $16. Still, it's not cheap compared to other places. Secondly, the hustle is classy. I met a perfume seller in a suit and tie with samples on a gold tray. I didn't know whether to buy from him or offer him a job. The street also here is smooth, confident, and professional. Also, Abidjan is very well developed. High-rise buildings, clean highways, malls, and even toll roads. But with that comes the fast pace and people are focused. You will have to approach them. They won't stop to help unless you ask. Now, one big culture shock was meeting many West Africans living there, especially Nigerians. Some of them even helped us when we were stranded. So even in a new country, you will feel that community connection. Oh, and like Benin, there are also strong spiritual traditions here, often mixed with Catholic symbols. You will see shrines right next to churches. It's a mix of old and new. So those were my culture shock moments from traveling through Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. Traveling through West Africa isn't just about the places. It's about the tiny details that surprise you, confuse you, or just makes you smile. It's not always what you expect, and that's exactly what makes it special. Let me know in the comments, have you had any culture shock while traveling? What surprised you the most in Africa or anywhere else? And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories and raw experiences from across Africa and beyond. My name is Scott Pierce, and I will see you in the next video.